Yo, it's Wednesday, Hollow Cult. You know what that means. This is the night shift, and a very special night shift at that. For all of you regulars here, I'm sure you've seen him in the chats. If you hang out in the Discord, you have interacted with him over there. We lost a very special member of the Hollow Cult this past week, and tonight we're going to open the lines in memory of our friend Maynard. So he enjoyed hanging out with you all, hanging out with us all, sharing his wisdom and his paranormal expertise, and he will be greatly missed. But tonight, we're doing this for him, so I hope you got your weird stories on tap, ready to go. So we're going to pop the phone lines open early and just talk about weird shit for Maynard.
Yeah. That dude was here from like the beginning. Beginning. Long time. And it sucks to see a comrade down.
Yeah.
That's never where we want to be at all whatsoever. But the Hollow Cult never dies.
Oh, I'm sure he's hanging out with us. He's gonna be interested to hear what everybody has to say. Hopefully, we got some Bigfoot stories because, as we talked about in the Discord, he loved his squatches. So yeah, hope everybody's having a good week. On that note, you know, it's kind of somber, but we kind of want to celebrate Maynard a little bit instead of, you know, being sad about it, because I feel like he's finally won the fight, you know, and he's not in pain anymore, not in suffering anymore. So we will catch you in the next one, Maynard.
For sure.
But
and that was the thing about Maynard too. Like Colleen said, he was one of the first ones she met when she joined, and Maynard was always so sweet to everybody.
Yeah,
he was always so nice.
Yeah,
and that's something that I've always really enjoyed about what we've kind of created, is how everybody comes from just way different walks of life, way different, but everybody's so cool. Like everybody, you know, we can disagree, we can do any of it, but everybody has just always been so cool and chill and just kind of on the same page as far as the meeting of the minds coming together to try to figure, you know, enjoy this journey, not even figure it out, but just enjoy this journey together. and bounce ideas off each other, and just, I don't know. It's not like we talk about it all the time, Steve, how all these different groups just always constantly consume themselves. And I don't feel like our group's like that.
No. And Maynard was one of the ones who was always eager to share information that he knew with everybody, especially in the Discord. If you don't hang out in the Discord, you need to, because there's a good community over there, and there's a wealth of knowledge, and people like Maynard made it that community.
Yeah.
Because anytime you had a question, if he had the answer, he was right there with it, and always loved to share the weird shit, So yeah, I hate that I never got to meet him in person, but I also, on the flip side of that, love that I got to meet him digitally.
Yeah.
To at least get to know him and hang out with him and pick his brain a little bit.
Yeah. It was, like I said, everybody's in there saying, he was just so sweet.
That's a testament.
That's what I was just getting ready to say, exact words.
Testament to who he was.
Yeah. I mean, you don't find many people like that in today's world. And it sucks that we're one down. But, like I said, the Hollow Cult never dies. I'm going to straight gab that from the Goonies. That's ours now. Sucks to suck. But it's ours. And it's the truth. We don't die. We keep pushing on. We keep fighting the good fight. And it's just who we are. I mean, you look at Steve and I, and we're prime examples of too stupid to quit. And you just keep pushing. And that's what we all are.
In the chat, we now have a confirmed one of us on the other side. How long before he taps in on a spirit board or manifests in front of one of us? Actually, if you're in the Discord,
I'm good.
You need to go over there. There's a video over there not long after Maynard passed away, and
yeah,
it's
legit.
It's a pretty powerful video what was captured. But yeah.
And that's a good point. We're not one down. We really relocated. I'm not gonna call it that. What I'm gonna call it is we got a man on the inside now.
Mm-hmm.
We got a man on the inside.
Yeah,
that's what we got.
Just keeping track.
Gives me goosebumps.
Yeah. That was a hard thing. I'd been off the Discord for a few days because work gets crazy in the winter, and I popped over there I was probably 2 days after everybody found out, and it kind of hit like a brick, really.
Yeah.
It's weird to lose a person you've never met, like physically, right? It's a weird feeling, and it was heavy for a little while, because he was a constant in the Discord, and
he never
he
stopped.
showed up.
He was
No,
always
he showed
there.
up in the chats all the time. For all the OGs in here, Maynard would be here right now, physically.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just gonna hang out tonight for Maynard, talk about weird stuff, talk about Sasquatch, open them lines up so everybody can call in and kind of
do the thing.
Yeah, talk about spooky stuff, talk about Maynard, whatever anybody has on their mind. We're here for it. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for being here, and it's great to see everybody in the chat. Do the YouTube stuff, hit the likes and the subscribes and all that stuff. Yeah, it's cool to see everybody talking good about Maynard and paying respects in the chat and stuff.
Oh, if he gets to choose Daisy, he's definitely reincarnating as Sam Squanch.
Yeah.
100%.
That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, man, as he's traveling on his journey to wherever he's going, I said, I hope he passed over a whole herd of Squatch. You know, just so he knows. Just so he knows.
Night shifted sun come energy.
Johnny Clemens, that's my old supervisor. Johnny, close your ears if you don't want to hear me talking shit.
No, it's too late.
You just log off right now. He'll probably concur with everything I say about that place off the record. Oh man. So, yeah, that was kind of a somber start, but we want to kind of change the pace and make it more of like a celebration for Maynard.
Yeah.
And kind of give everybody a little spot to talk about it. Like Brother John says, for the whole hollow cult, as much as it is just honoring Maynard, you know. Because it sucks to lose somebody that you know, someone that's an integral part of the community we built. So,
yeah,
I'm trying to think. I guess I do have. I don't have like legit Sasquatch stories because I've never seen one. Never seen like tracks of one or anything. But I have had some weird shit go on, which I've talked about before. But we're gonna circle back. We're gonna circle back around, and just talk about it.
Yeah, I've never had any Bigfoot stuff.
So where my parents lives are like along the Illinois river bottoms, along the bluffs, and it's like pretty squatchy area, right? Lots of valleys, lots of bluffs, lots and lots of woods, and I know the Finding Bigfoot crew did a town hall meeting there at Pier Marquette, which is just a few minutes down the road from where they live. And there's been Squatch tracks found in Pier Marquette and all over the place. My dad had a weird encounter one not too long ago, a couple years back. He had some catfish bait in the back of his pickup truck, right? And it was in like, I don't know, like a 1 or 2 pound tub. And to keep the raccoons and stuff out of it, he put a big 4x4 on the lid just so they wouldn't make a mess in his truck and stuff. Well, he went out the next morning and he could smell the catfish bait. And he goes to his truck and something had pulled it. Like the 4x4 was pretty heavy. I don't know if it'd take like a whole squad of raccoons to get this thing off of there. But the 4x4 had been taken off of the bait and the bait bucket was completely gone. He looked around, couldn't find it. He could smell it, but he couldn't find it. Couldn't find the lid, couldn't find the bait bucket. So something had not only moved the 4x4, but also got it out of the back of his truck and off somewhere. But in the same spot, prior to that, I was hanging out at my parents' house. It was late, probably 11:30, and I was going out to leave. And as I was walking out up in the bluffs, I heard something whistling. And the whistle wasn't like a tune or anything, but it was very human, right? And it could have been somebody trespassing in the woods or whatever. But I kept hearing it and it would whistle like 2 or 3 tones and then it would move further down the bluff. Whistle 2 or 3 tones and move further down the bluff. So me not heeding any sort of paranormal warning ever written ever, I whistle back at it. And then it responds to my whistle and it starts moving closer back toward me. And I'm like, well, that was probably a mistake. But my dad he'd been standing on the back porch, which I didn't know. And he's like, who are you whistling at? And I'm like, somebody was whistling at me first, you know? Never found out what it was, but it was weird and it was intelligent enough to whistle back. So
you should have busted that thing right in its head.
I didn't see it.
You
And
should have went looking.
I'm not trying to walk all the way up the side of the bluff.
Well, in the name of science, you have to.
That's true. I failed. If it wants to come down, like walk down to the road, that's fine.
So what you're saying is we gotta go back and prepare whistles and take 5-gallon buckets of stink bait.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we could make good YouTube internet if we just went and set camp up there. Because there are dudes on YouTube, millions of followers. All they do is go out in the woods, set up a tent, build a fire, and say, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I'm game.
Did you hear that?" I'm like, me and Kyle could do this.
I'm game.
Just roast hot dogs and pretend to hear things in the woods.
100% game.
Yeah, that's on tap for 2025 Holocaust.
That's the only way that I'll eat a hot dog anymore is over campfire.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's it. That's the only way.
Yeah, I got to get a tent. Maybe I'll do that. I'm not big on not sleeping in my bed, but
yeah,
maybe we can just set the tent up for like aesthetic.
Yeah, 100%.
Just for
we'll just stay up extra late and then be like, all right, we're going to bed.
Yeah, just open it, just put it up for beginning content. Like people like to watch that shit, building fires and stuff.
Maybe we could just. There's what we do. We drive the caddy into the woods. Then we set the scent. We actually set the tent up in front of the caddy, and then that way, whenever we gotta go to bed, we just sleep in the caddy.
Yeah, I mean,
at least then it's got climate control.
It's camouflage because it still has deer hair in the front grill.
See, that might attract the Bigfoot too.
It's pretty much a win-win. It's pretty much a win-win. I do, Chucky, I don't have FLIR, but I do have a night vision binocular.
He does.
That works pretty decent. We watched my neighbor trucking around at like 1 a.m. one day, doing something.
We do need to get some sweet night vision.
Yeah. But that's kind of I know Maynard was all about the Squatch, so that was my only, I guess not totally squatchy, but the most squatchy thing that's happened. Again, we have been sent tracks, footprints, and stuff from Pierre Marquette. I know Ghost Hunter Dave, he was on Sasquatch Chronicles about his Bigfoot encounter, which was right down the road from where my parents live. So the possibility is there. There are some BFRO confirmed sightings on their website from the same area. Definitely squatchy a little bit.
Yeah, your area is definitely weird. We should make a trek sometime through there.
Yeah,
I get my stone cold knee brace and we rock and roll.
Preferably before the ticks get out.
Yeah, we're right on the verge of that.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'd rather deal with a dog man than ticks.
Same. All day. Yeah. Ticks are stupid.
That's understatement of the century.
Yeah. Yeah. We're right on the verge of it. They won't be long. They'll be crawling around.
That's gross. And I hate it.
Yeah. You typically got to let them run their course for a month or two. And then they semi-thin out where it's not so bad.
Just the thought of it makes me.
You just douse yourself in like permethrin.
Gasoline. Oh.
Well, the guys on the Campsville Ferry said the best way to do it is soak your clothes in kerosene
and set them on fire.
I guess you know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Excuse me. Water.
Oh, I've nonchalantly walked through an entire nest of them before.
Oh, he sends me pictures of like the little seed ticks just crawling up his socks.
It's gross.
It makes my fingernails turn inside out.
It's disgusting. Yep. I remember my first encounter with a nest of ticks, and it didn't end up very good. I thought it was sawdust on my socks, except for that I hadn't ran a chainsaw that day. And then before I know it, all of our trucks were parked in a cemetery. I was in the back of one of our trucks, completely stripped down, picking all the ticks off of me. Right smack dab in the middle of Meridosha.
That's so gross.
It sucked.
I will.
It sucked so bad.
I know we often sit here and talk about how neither one of us would work each other's jobs, and that's
Yeah.
a reason why I will breathe smoke every single day.
Your job, I would never do your job.
Yuck. Never take a nap in a deer bed.
They
Solid.
are. They're
Solid
horrible. They're horrible. Most disgusting things ever. I bet Sasquatch is full of them.
You think? Oh, I feel like that's a part that gets overlooked quite often about Squatch life.
Yeah.
It's having to deal with living in the woods and having that wonderful mane of hair covering your entire body.
Does that then, by proxy, make ticks interdimensional? If Bigfoot's interdimensional?
Yes.
That's weird, right? That's a weird thought.
I don't feel like the ticks just like when it portals. I don't feel like
they just fall off.
They just move in and out. Twiz says lime versus black lung choices. Why not both?
If you catch lime fast enough, you can halfway take care of it.
Why not both?
Or yeah, I mean, you could gamble, double down.
Actually, I was looking up carcinogens for working at the coke plant, and it is also absorbed through your skin.
That's cool.
Yeah. Close your ears, Johnny. We're not talking about work stuff. Oh, interdimensional by proxy. Oh. Birdie says, do you think that they eat them? I hope that they don't eat ticks.
No, possums do. They eat a lot.
Yeah, they also get ran over by cars.
Dude, that's what we gotta do. We just get some possums on a leash, and then when we go squatch hunting, we carry them with us. They'll eat all the ticks.
I'll just cover myself in possums.
It's actually a better idea.
It's better than getting covered in ticks. Just cover myself in possums. Hundreds of possums.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just a thought.
Yeah, that's my life.
I still have the video, Johnny Clemens. I have a video of a Cokenado.
Good.
I'll post in the Discord.
Not as cool as Sharknado, but
Cancernado, actually. That was a crazy day. Trying to pass a state scale test that day, and God's like, "No, you're not." Pretty sick. Yeah, ticks are delicious. That's filthy.
Yuck.
My spirit animal is a possum, actually. I had a tattoo drawn that I haven't gotten yet of a possum eating hot wings and drinking a Monster. And just never got around to getting it, so
you should get it on your cheek.
I should.
Right there.
My throat.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, that's Brother John's onto something. God, you and Brother John solved it. The ticks that seem to fall out of the air just from portal jumping Sasquatch.
And they do that. Them assholes will drop right out of a tree on you.
No, thank you.
They're little kamikaze assholes.
Nope. That's the reason I don't go morel mushroom hunting anymore. It's not worth the tick anxiety.
It's an interesting statement. I have a pet bat that lives on my back porch. He works during the day, though, which is weird. Well, I think it's a bat. I don't know. I named him Edwig. I like it.
Yeah,
I fuck with it. I fuck with that.
It might. Yeah. What alternatives is it to a bat?
I don't know.
If it's not a bat.
I love the verbiage though of he works during the day.
Yeah. Times are tough. Times are tough.
Brandon, you know how to write stuff. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I love that it starts out as I have a pet bat that lives on my back porch, and then every description of whatever it is after that is the opposite of what a bat is.
Yeah.
Works during the day, might not be a bat.
He does have a cool name though.
Edwick is a cool name.
I did read that. I was reading a little bit last night, and I was reading on the idea that I never had considered it. We talked about Bigfoot being able to go invisible or shift dimensions or whatnot. I did read a theory where maybe it just raises its frequency to essentially become infrared at that point.
That's sick.
Yeah. I was like, that's kind of cool. I never thought about that.
Because what's it called where they, like, there's been Sasquatch encounters where whatever the sound frequency is, it makes people sick.
Oh yeah, like infrasound.
Yeah. And there's kind of a theory that they also do that to where people feel disoriented and stuff like that.
If they do that to me, I'm going to be pissed.
You see a Sasquatch start throwing up.
Although, truth be told, my ear, I think technically the universe has been preparing me for that moment because my ear has been all fucked up the past couple of years. And so essentially I get those feelings anyways now where I become disoriented and stuff. So now I've learned to just cope with it and exist now.
Maybe there's
it's not going to work on me.
Well, maybe there's an infrared squatch that hangs out with you constantly. And that's what
that'd be cool.
That's what the infrasound is what made your ear mess up.
I'd be a little mad that he makes me climb trees though, because he could probably do it way better.
He could probably just reach up
or
and
push him over.
Yeah, just break the limbs off you need out of
yeah.
Oh, that's a cool theory. Mounds. Imagine Sasquatch just produces sounds or smells that repels ticks.
Well,
that's sick.
He needs to teach me.
Have you tried jamming a pencil in there, Kyle?
Not yet. No. I did get in though one of those like ear camera things where you can stick it down in there. My ear's clean as a whistle.
Oh, did you see your brain?
No, I saw my eardrum and that made me feel icky. I don't like the way it looks. Don't say that. It's not a tick in my ear. It's disgusting.
Oh, I've got anytime I get my ears checked out, they're like, you have a lot of scar tissue on your eardrums. And I'm like, yeah, I had tubes like 1,700 times when I was 6 years old.
I just got a really narrow ear canal. That's why my ear gets all fucked up, apparently. That's weird that you bring that up, John. Tinnitus or the spirit world.
We were just talking about that in the
yeah
Incubus episode.
Yeah. It's weird.
It hasn't dropped yet.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just watching the chat here. Got a good story about Sasquatch mimicking bird calls. Gross.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Which I've heard before. I hear him like mimic coyote sounds and things like that. Bird sounds probably isn't that far off, really. Not to mention, I was 10 feet away from ICP's stage speed. You probably have Fago in your ears, Twiz.
I hope that's what happened.
They like to mimic owls up here. Owls are creepy to begin with.
Yeah.
Owl mimicking Sasquatch is creepy, too.
Well, then, Brother John, you'll like one of the future episodes.
How dare you? Hell yeah, Chucky, call in with it. We're gonna open the lines shortly, and the floor is yours, Holocult.
Fago ear irrigation.
Awesome. True. Incubus is a good band. I actually made a joke about it before I knew what Kyle was getting into, and you'll hear that on the episode.
Actually, Colleen, I heard, I wouldn't recommend this at all, mind you, but I have heard of people that would take matches, cut the match heads off of them, and then there's 3 of them, and then swallow them like pills.
Wait. To get rid of ticks?
Yeah. Apparently the sulfur will like kind of leach up and out of you, and it'll keep ticks away.
This is how people that soak themselves in kerosene get caught on fire.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Owls are cool, but could potentially be shapeshifters. See? They're a little sus.
Owls are creepy.
I have a Twin Peaks shirt that says owls are not what they seem on the back. Because they're not. That's why the Squatches mimic them. It's an intimidation technique.
No, Colleen, don't check into that. Don't eat match heads. It's not advisable. I use stuff called it's permethrin, and that works really well. Really, really well.
Oh, Eric from Uncomfortable popped in. What's up, brother? Hope everything's going well. Hi, gents. My theory is that Sasquatch's use of infrasound could produce a frequency that may affect our optic nerves, creating vibrations and rendering our vision, a perception of them to be blurred. Yeah, that's kind of the route.
I kind of talked to Steve about that the other day. It wasn't in regards to Sam Squanch though, but it was in regards to aliens, which kind of falls in with Sam Squanch as well. But yeah, I mean our eyes are just essentially sending electrical signals to our brain. So in my opinion, it's not too out there to think that an advanced being could intercept and manipulate those electrical signals, and that could actually be what screen memories are, or whatever we're seeing is, because essentially at that point they could fully manipulate our reality, essentially,
Which sucks.
Yeah, it's a scary thought.
And our reality isn't that good to begin with, because we can only experience like a fraction of the spectrum of like sound and light. So our reality is not really reality. It's just our perception of reality, which sucks. But maybe it doesn't suck. Maybe it's to our own benefit.
Speaking of, I need to check something right quick.
Mound says, I have some videos of me being blasted on fungus and owls sounding off all around me.
That sucks.
I bet that makes for some good internet, though.
So, so the next episode is the gate program.
Yeah, you got that episode is a banger. It's a long one too.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna like that. Kyle has a very I have a very eye-opening moment for Kyle.
Yeah, that's true. I'm curious to see what JJ will say about it.
Yeah, you're gonna want to tune in next Monday, JJ. Not that you that's any different than any other.
Well, she skips most Mondays. She needs to listen to this one.
Yeah,
I'm curious to hear, because I am going to keep fiddling with it. I want to learn more about the tapes first, though, before I keep fiddling.
I love that you referred to like possible traversing astral realms as fiddling with it.
I mean, I'm not really that worried about it at this point.
I'm 100% on board and am pushing you to do it actively.
I plan on it.
It's gonna be awesome.
I've been really dabbling my mind into reality and manifesting and shit like that. And I think I could do it.
I think you can too.
Yeah.
Like I said, I listened to those tapes, banging my head against the wall for like 45 minutes and couldn't get anything. You put them on accident, and your third eye
Yeah.
just goes, "Sup, Kyle?" And I'm like, that's exactly what's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Dang it. I hate how my brain moves so fast. Because I was listening to Rogan today and he had a lady on from the, what was it, the telepathy tapes or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Steve? Man, I guess you don't.
My brain moves slow.
And she said she made a comment that was just absolutely asinine. I was going to bring it up, but I forgot now. Can't think about it. It may have been in regards to people talking to aliens, and she definitely didn't believe it, but she also believes in telepathy and these people like automatically knowing languages and shit. It's weird.
It's interesting how people pick and choose the parts of the metaphysical and the paranormal that they want to believe. Not so much that they want what they want to believe. It's what they choose not to believe. Like
Yeah.
what they choose is just too far out there. Like
Yeah.
I believe in telepathy and all this other stuff, but talking to aliens though, a little too much.
Yeah.
A little
I don't
too far.
know. I can't remember. I think that's what it was, but I can't remember exactly. Because for the most part, I liked what she was saying. But then she made that one comment, and I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your mind. So I don't know. But it's whatever.
It's whatever.
I don't think talking to aliens is any less or more weird than the idea of telepathy. Oh no, this is what her comment was. Brought it back. Brought it back.
See?
She made the claim. I would love to hear everybody's thoughts on this because I think this is the fucking worst. The absolute worst. She made the comment that in the future, because she believes that telepathy at one point was something that we all had and we all have these abilities. But she believes that is the only way true love can be experienced is with telepathy.
What?
And I was sitting there and I'm like, that is by far the worst fucking idea out there. Could you imagine being able to read other people's thoughts? It would be constant dumpster fire after dumpster fire after dumpster fire.
Not wrong.
And our thoughts aren't direct representation of who we are. They're just fucking thoughts. I just think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's something that we should strive for.
Telecaleptic love. Kleptomaniac love. It's where you just steal the other person's stuff.
Yeah. That makes more sense than telepathy love.
The comments are just writing themselves over here. Please don't read my thoughts, guys. It's not going to be fun.
That's what I'm saying.
I have it bad enough with females. They don't need it inside my brain.
I think it's just a terrible, terrible idea. I don't think that I just don't think it's smart.
That's where Neuralink is headed. Yeah, so Elon can listen to everybody talk shit on him in their brains.
And then he just shuts them all off.
Yeah. I just talk shit on him out loud. Fucking dork.
It is kind of like mind speak, Colleen, that the big feats have.
Oh yeah, that is interesting.
It's all connected.
Oh,
It's all connected.
There was 70 in here. Good chat. Good chat. People could read my thoughts. I'd be put in a padded room. Yeah, same.
Yeah, I just didn't think that telepathy is the best option for love.
Yeah, I don't see how that coincides with one another unless like her thoughts are in the vein where like you can being able to read someone's thoughts, you see their like true self or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not a direct representation of who you are exactly. Because we all need the balance inside our own minds to figure out who we are. And I would argue that people also need solitude.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I gotta Google something real quick. Don't mind me, just Googling.
Hell yeah, Twiz. I hope that makes me the most excited to Spire Mob shit. Oh, Brandon, I was looking into lucid dreaming the other day too, and I'm like, man, that sounds cool. I don't think it would be that hard to do either. Because whenever I was thinking about it a lot, I started dreaming more.
See, I told you, Kyle, you're like locked into this shit. I feel like if you put your mind to
I
it.
think I could do it.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like if you put your mind to it, you'd be in it.
I think most of it is honestly is from this journey though. I think, and I'm not trying to be some type of way here, but I think that the podcast and the cult has changed like the way my brain operates.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I feel I definitely feel I think I'm more understanding and compassionate because now I'm gonna call it theoretically think more often. You know, I think I just have developed the ability to kind of step back and view the bigger picture a lot more often.
Critically think.
Yeah, I like theoretical though because it is critical thinking, but I don't know. I just feel like it just expanded my awareness and my thought process and my existence and finding myself spiritually, and it's done a lot, really.
Yeah, I think it has expanded our thought process quite a bit in this journey.
Yeah.
I saw a comment that made me laugh. Scott says, "Hey, can't watch. Too drunk. Love your shows. Big fan. You guys look different than I thought." we
Can't watch too drunk.
Yeah. And to follow up with, you guys look different than I thought. I don't know if maybe that's speaking to the liquor. Maybe we look better now. That how that works?
Supposed to.
We're not really this handsome in real life. Promise.
No. I'm a tree trimmer for a reason.
What did Chucky say? Monroe's been giving out free classes to content creators. There you go, Kyle.
Oh man, I'm gonna look into those tapes a little bit more before I go balls deep in them. Colleen, I don't remember two guys on a bench on a beach. I think that was you're probably talking about Steve's episode of the lead mask guys. That makes the most sense to my brain.
Episode you did about two guys that were found dead on a beach. The lead mask weren't on a beach; they were on the side of a mountain.
Yeah, I know, but they
then,
did go.
then they did do stuff
They
on
they
not
went
the
to
dead
the beach
guys,
and did stuff.
the
Yeah,
other guys.
yeah.
I'm blind. You look fine to me. Thank you.
Granted, I'm confused by that statement.
Here's some wild time travel shit. Hashtag night shift. Hashtag number 2 was 2 years ago. What? Hey, what's up? Glad to see you back in the chat, hanging out. Good to see you in the Discord again. Yeah. Well, what do you
I don't
think?
even know what is going on.
I know. I just read that. I'm just trying to avoid what I'm reading in the chat. Yes. So, guys got some weird stuff. We can open the phone lines if you want to call in and chat for a little bit.
Okay, Grant, that makes more sense. I was really fucking confused for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute.
I saw the 2 girls in a cup up there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is a different.
You're in the wrong chat.
It's a different piece of media. The link to the Discord should be in the show notes of all of the shows on the podcast.
Yep, you just find a show note anywhere on YouTube, your podcast player of choice, and it's there.
Should be open invitation. You should be able to pop right in.
Yeah.
2 squatches.
No.
Interdimensional things going on there.
It's live.
The lines are open.
It's live.
Let's get weird. In the name of Maynard.
Tell me some weird shit.
Yeah, we want to hear about your squatches and about your UFOs.
Yeah.
And about your
Tell me about your weird shit.
Being followed by the Men in Black. We don't give them very many Men in Black stories.
No, that's unfortunate too.
Yeah.
Fucking Cologne, Canada.
Cologne.
Hello, welcome to the night shift.
Yo.
Hey guys, it's Chucky.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, Chuck?
I'm gonna tell you guys a pretty cool Sasquatch story.
Let's hear it.
Hell yeah.
All right, so this was like back when I was like early 20s and went out camping with my high school best friends, right? We all go out for May long weekend, and we were definitely the first people up the forestry road because we were pushing through snow with our trucks. So like you would have seen tire tracks or anything if there was anyone up there before us. And we get up to this Twin Lake camping site, right? So they're separated by like 200 yards. And, you know, we do what young people do. We just go out and we have a fucking wild time, and we're shooting potato cannons across the lake and stuff like that. And
hell yes.
Going out, and my one buddy got a fly fishing hook stuck in his lip. And you know, we didn't think anything of being out there and making all this noise, and like we're constantly playing like Rob Zombie out of our trucks and stuff like that. And I was on a heart medication at the time, so I was the only one there that was sober. And we were talking around the campfire late at night, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to do my little trick here, and I'm going to call the owls. And so we turn down the volume on the music, and I go to the edge of the lake, and I do a great horned owl call. And almost immediately I get a response from across the lake. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Like, I didn't expect to like actually hear one that quickly. And so I do another call, and then it does another call. And then there's another owl on the other side of the lake. And then another owl. And then another owl. And then 2 or 3 over at the other lake. And so like after they all started going, it was like a cacophony of owl hoots around this lake. And like there must have been 12 of them going off at once. And one of the girls that was there, one of my best friend's wives, she started to get scared. And so she asked me to stop talking to them. I'm like, okay, yeah, fine, no big deal. And as soon as I stopped giving them attention, the first one that started to hoot kind of devolved into this mix between a chimpanzee cackling and a kookaburra. Just like a really fast chatter. And, you know, I'm like, oh, do you hear that retarded owl? Like, this thing is so stupid. It doesn't even sound like a bird. And, you know, we didn't really think much of it. We just went back to sitting around the campfire and we turned the music back up. And that's when things got really weird, because later that night, most everyone had gone to bed. It was like 4 a.m. kind of thing. And there was like 4 of us around the campfire still, just having heart-to-hearts, talking around the campfire about some heavy life stuff that was going on. And like we got the volume on the music down so people can sleep, but it's still playing. And there's this gravel parking lot where we all parked our trucks. And from that parking lot, we just hear this really quick running across the gravel and a really deep guttural growl, just really quickly, just. And we all turned around. We're freaked out. And we have flashlights right beside us. And we look around. We don't see a thing. Like nothing. And we didn't understand what was going on. And when we talked to everyone else in the morning, they were saying that, like, oh yeah, something was like dragging against the side of our tent and all this and that. So I think what we did is pissed off a whole clan of Bigfoot, and Big Boy came in to say, hey, like, shut up and get out of here. And we got bluff charged.
I was wondering if like how owls respond to one another, because anytime I've ever heard them has always been like a singular owl. So I'm like, do they like chat back and forth with other owls, especially in large groups? Because I'm pretty sure owls are like loners, I guess.
Mostly the most I've ever seen together is 2.
That's crazy.
And like,
Yeah, that's probably fair.
to have like a dozen of them go off at once and all different points around 2 small little fishing lakes way up in a mountain. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that in itself
mean-
would be eerie as hell.
Yeah. I would say, even if it's not Bigfoot at all, the fact that there's that many just ripping off would be unsettling.
Then if you take
It kind of was. And over at that other lake, there's this little skidoo cabin for people to like stop in and warm up. And there's a guest log book there. And we went out exploring the next day, and we went into that cabin and we kind of signed our names in the book. And one of the last entries in that log book was, we don't recommend staying here overnight. There was grizzly bears circling around the cabin all night. And I'm like, I don't know if those are grizzly bears.
I wonder if there's any other like Squatch history of the area, if any like prints or anything has been found around the 2 lakes.
Up here in British Columbia, that is like Sasquatch hotspot. And like, I've had quite a bit of other experience in my hunting area. And like, as the crow flies, that's not very far away from where these 2 lakes are.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I mean, I've gone into researching them a bit, and I've got a good theory that, like many other animals, especially owls, they can see in the ultraviolet light spectrum, and they use that to see at night. that's mostly how nocturnal animals work, is they see in ultraviolet light. And if you actually like put a ultraviolet flashlight out in the forest at nighttime, it looks like Avatar, man. Like there's so many weird colors that you don't see with your naked eye. And there's a doctor who's really good at UV and infrared light therapy. And he said that humans themselves emit ultraviolet light. So I don't think it really matters like what kind of clothing you're wearing. If we're emitting the light ourselves, Sasquatchers are going to see you like a torch in the woods.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's awesome. That reminds me of what Steve, you probably never saw because you don't watch cool movies, but
He's not wrong.
it reminds me of Riddick from Pitch Black.
Yeah.
Did I see-
Have you guys ever heard the theory that at one point in time humans were striped?
Oh, we all look like
Yeah,
zebras.
apparently, like the UV patterns on our skin, we do kind of look zebra-like. And I think in medieval times, there was a way of keeping that memory, and that was war paint, because they always put it on kind of striped.
That
And it was always
does make sense.
kind of like bluey, which would be like the ultraviolet signature.
I'm gonna have to look this up now. I wish I was striped now. That'd be sick.
You do have stripes now. It's just you can't see them.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You-
true. But Squatch can.
You would look dumb as fuck with stripes all over you.
I know. It'd be sick.
I mean,
No, wouldn't be sick.
maybe you're polka dotted. Who knows?
That's true. I love the idea that we emit our own ultraviolet light, and like Squatch and all these other night animals can just see us. Like we think we're being so sneaky out silent in the woods, and we're just glowing like a glow stick out in the forest. And they just avoid us at
You
all
know-
costs.
Do you want to know where the most light is emitted from your body?
Yes.
Your tongue.
That's weird. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I wouldn't either. Why?
That's it has to do with infusing the light into the words you speak.
That sounds like some
really
occult shit.
Bro, what?
it gets really hardcore the deeper you dig into it.
It's awesome though. It is kind of like parallel in the journey that I'm interested in currently.
Yeah.
Seeing auras and all that shit.
Your bones kind of work like LEDs, and science has actually measured that ultraviolet light. The rest of it is really hard to capture on camera because it's in such a signature that it's really hard for the human eye to see. But your bones themselves emit like a red-brown ultraviolet light.
I don't think that's how that works, Steve.
Hmm. Awesome.
That, I know how to fix that though. Dude, it's from the movie Predator. You just put mud all over you.
Dude,
Then
Predator was like
Sasquatch
soft.
can't see you.
Predator was soft disclosure. They're telling
I
you
know.
right there that the thing that hides in the trees can see you in a different spectrum.
See? That's all we have to do is go back to awesome action movies and we'll figure it all out.
Exactly. And when
like
it
you.
tries to see when it goes and sees the alien, it's got to swap to a whole other spectrum,
See?
right?
Yes, sir. Dude.
So they're telling you they're right there in cinematic universe.
I love
That's
it.
how it works in real life.
It is 100% how it works in real life.
Brother
mean,
John in the chat.
I
Put
ain't
mud on your
caught up
tongue.
in that.
That's so awesome.
I need to look into it, see what kind of spectrum I'm on, what kind of radioactive light I'm sending out.
Yeah.
Probably all of it.
You want to know another fun thing that Sasquatch can do with the ultraviolet?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
So, you know how they're often described as throwing rocks at people? And most of the time, like, they're not being aggressive with it. They're just catching your attention, right? So they're not actually hitting you with these rocks. They're just landing right at your feet. So there's a lot of different rocks out there that will fluoresce in the ultraviolet light. And there's one in particular that's called a euperlite or sodalite. And when you put these under ultraviolet light, they look like they glow like a orange, red hot ember right out of a fire.
That's awesome.
So what if it is just a primitive way of trying to communicate with us? Like, can you see what I see? Because to us, we just see that as a regular old rock and we don't pay any attention to it. But if we start researching this properly and taking those rocks, or say like rocks that get left at gift sites, what if they're the ones that are fluorescing like a Roman candle?
That's a good call. I'm gonna have to buy me some black lights to mount to Steve when we go out looking for Sasquatch.
Yeah.
What was the name? What was the name of that spectrum of light again?
The ultraviolet spectrum. So if you want to measure that with a flashlight, you want the 395 micrometer wavelengths in the long wave.
You have to message Steve that because that's a lot to remember.
I can do that. The flashlight is called UV Beast.
What was the type? What was the type of light that the Squatch produces? Though you said a specific name. It began with like an
That
E.
they produce?
Yeah, right. Like with the rock.
With the rock is fluorescent.
There was.
So like,
I'll have to listen back.
the rock is called a euperlite or a sodalite.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
That was it.
depending on the type of mineral in the rock, it will fluoresce different colors.
Interesting.
Like I've gotten a whole bunch from rock shops that will glow all kinds of crazy colors. You can get blues, you can get oranges, you can get lemonade pink. Like there's crazy stuff in minerals that you just don't see with your naked eye. But I mean, it's the same with like it's the same with forest plants and animals. Like, for instance, let's go back to the owls. You take 3 identical of the same species, right? You get one from this town, one from this town, and one from another. And you stretch out their wing feathers, and then you put that black light on their wing, and you'll see different banding patterns in the ultraviolet depending on the region that these owls come from.
What?
So it helps them identify like where they're supposed to be for when they migrate. And it helps them identify each other while they're in flight.
That's bizarre. So basically, every animal that can see in the dark is tripping on shrooms.
Pretty well.
Because it all just looks like a rave.
Do you want to know a common myth that is also immediately busted once you add UV?
What's that?
That is that mosquitoes can smell the carbon dioxide on your breath.
I have heard that.
We've been told that our whole lives. They can actually see in the ultraviolet light, and if we're emitting that ultraviolet light, that's why they're on you. Like
it's just a
like
buffet sign. Just a buffet sign.
Yeah.
Come and get a snack.
I mean, how many times have you gotten out of a vehicle, the wind is in your face, and then all of a sudden the mosquitoes are on you?
Yeah, always.
But there are people that cover themselves in mud that don't get bit by mosquitoes.
That's true.
Very true.
That's true.
Weird how that works, right? Now we revert back to Predator. Predator has taught humanity very specific things.
Yep. He's just covered in hookworms instead.
Exactly.
It's
I guess it's pick your poison at that point.
It is crazy that the ultraviolet light patterns are different based on geographical area.
Yeah,
That's wild.
and even just species of animal too, like flying squirrels. We just see them as this plain brown little animal, right? They're nocturnal. They come out at night. They're not like your daytime squirrel. When you put the ultraviolet light on them, they go orange and blue and pink. Like completely wild.
Flying squirrels
so
are cool.
crazy.
And I think the fox squirrel is the only known animal in the world that the skull itself will emit pink ultraviolet light.
I just saw that on TikTok actually.
Yeah,
That is
it's
so
pretty
bizarre.
wild.
Yeah, you look at all the like all other animal skulls in ultraviolet light, and they all have like this blue hue to them. But whatever squirrel that is, just shines bright pink. It's
Yep.
fucking weird. Light is
And
Awesome.
fish use it to communicate too, like the damselfish. It's, just this plain yellow tropical fish. And there's another species that is very close to identical to it. But as soon as you put the UV on it, you see this crazy different pattern on their scales that make them completely different from each other. So we can't differentiate them very well, but they definitely can between themselves.
It's so crazy. Because I guess it's just so out of our mind since we don't see in those spectrums of light. We just don't, like, me personally, speaking from me personally, I don't ever like take it into consideration.
Oh, no one does. I mean, it's out of sight, out of mind, right?
Crazy.
I've seen pictures where they've taken a chimpanzee baby and they've put it under ultraviolet light, and the chimpanzee is glowing like neon green. So I don't imagine that Sasquatch would be too far off from that.
So everybody's just been looking all wrong the whole time.
Pretty well.
We got to revolutionize the game.
Well, not only that, but like the UV flashlight would let you see like handprints. Like if Sasquatch ever slapped your truck or the side of your house or anything, they leave those hand oils, but you can see that in the ultraviolet light, just like a forensic scientist.
Yeah, send us some lights. I'm buying some UV lights. I'm going.
Everybody's using night vision and shit when we should have been using ultraviolet.
Yeah.
Both. Use them both. Yeah, I think they see in both spectrums, really. It's kind of a blend between the two.
Could you imagine going out in the forest with a ultraviolet light and just everything's putting off light that you never knew existed before?
Dude, that would be fucking awesome. That in itself would be fantastic.
It'd be like going into a murder scene with luminol.
Pretty much.
Like, what the fuck?
I think this could even like work with ghost hunting. If there's a way that you could translate the ultraviolet spectrum into sound and make it like a ghost box, you would be catching a whole different frequency wave than what we're normally capturing. And like the same thing with like gamma. Like no one ever takes a Geiger counter out ghost hunting. But like, what if we're just hitting a higher frequency being that puts out gamma waves instead of radio waves for the spirit box?
All right.
Chucky, why are you
you need to make a list of things for us to invest in to take on adventures. I'm not smart enough to do all this stuff. And you should probably be in a far better place, more successful place than right here, right now.
I mean, I got the ideas, but I have no fucking idea.
He's just getting the ball rolling.
Oh,
yeah, I like to feed the world some ideas every now and then.
There's no harm in that.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn ultraviolet light spectrums into a ghost box.
Yeah.
That's going to change.
I think it would
the
work
game.
because, again, it's like tuning your cable antenna, right? Like you're catching channel 3 on the Spirit Box radio waveform, but maybe you want to be watching channel 10, speaking to, Santa Claus, and you don't got the right equipment to get your tune there.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody doesn't have the right equipment, it's me and Kyle.
This is true. We got to carry antennas and shit, and that way we can adjust Steve on the fly.
There you go. Just strap a big old meaty steak to the back of that antenna and you're good to go.
Hell yeah.
Pork
2 birds,
chop
1
suit,
stone, baby.
Pork chop suit, possum suit.
Heck yeah.
I am going to be very vulnerable right now. I'm so out of my element listening to Chucky talk about paranormal science stuff that I feel like I need to study more.
Oh man.
I need a list of these things. Shoot me a list of these things so I can start looking into them. Because
I can do that.
Yes, please do. Hit me on the Discord or wherever, because this is all piquing my interest, and maybe we need to revolutionize the paranormal world a little bit via
heck yeah, let's do
Geiger counters. So, I mean,
that idea just hit me the other week when I heard someone talking about gamma radiation and different frequencies that people can see and hear and everything. I'm like, well, why aren't we even looking at gamma? Because like it's part of this whole spectrum wave that you're putting in front of me. So why not?
Yes.
Right? Especially if it's a high frequency wave. Like you're looking at the low frequency waves when you're putting out all your equipment. Right? So
I love it.
Maybe that's why friggin' aliens give you radiation burn.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's definitely a reason that happens.
Yeah, because they're talking to you in gamma.
Military grade Geiger counter.
Atomic Bigfoot.
Well, you're gonna atomic elbow him off that tree, but
It's true. Well, I'm not coming off the tree because I'm afraid of heights. That's Kyle's. Kyle's gonna have to go up there and do it.
Yeah, I can do it. I can go. I can
go in and off the ropes.
Oh, my brain fractured doing listening to sciencey paranormal things.
I love how there's Geiger counters for $20 and some for like $500.
Yeah.
But none of these say military grade, so I got to find military grade.
Get one from Chernobyl.
There you go. That's not going to put you on a list at all. Looking for military grade Geiger counters.
I'm sure.
To be fair, we're probably already on those lists.
I'm sure we're there. I'll Google it right now. I don't give a shit.
I'm sure those red lists work kind of like a bingo card. Once you fill up a line, they're coming knocking.
Maybe they'll want to sit down for an interview if they do. Because we got some questions.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Atomic Bigfoot needs to be a sticker. That's true.
Coleman's military surplus.
Atomic Bigfoot.
These are really cheap, but these are like the old school ones.
Yeah,
ones
probably
like
from Chernobyl.
They fucking look like they're from Chernobyl.
That means they fucking work.
Yeah. They're already radioactive. You turn them on and they're just redlining the whole time.
I think
maybe you could find some of those red night vision goggles.
That would be sweet.
Even going back to that with the Dicinian, like they were just looking in a different spectrum, really. What if we just put a color filter on some of this stuff and we just find predator hiding out in the woods? What if it's as simple as that?
I like it.
JJ did hook us up with some Dicinian goggles.
Steve, you gotta wear those out and about more often. Like when you go to Walmart. I bet you see some fucked up things at Walmart.
I already see fucked up.
Apparently they take some training to use.
Put them on. I got them over there.
do it. You can do some eye training. It's like working a muscle.
See, Steve, that's what you need to do. If I got to go into the astral plane, then that's what you got to do.
I gotta look for demons
I mean,
through the goggles.
Yep.
I could do that.
The wiring for us to see ultraviolet is in our brains. And I think at one point in our history, we could just natively see it because we're the only thing on this planet that doesn't right now. But I think as we made technology, we got lazy and we started not needing to use it. And that's why we can't see it anymore.
It makes sense.
Which is why you can't see the stripes on your skin and they start using war paint. And, but when people take like magic mushrooms, right, and you start tripping,
I'll be right back.
you start seeing those colors that are out there in nature. Like when you go into a stoner shop and you look at those posters, all those hippie colors are the exact same color that you see in nature when you use the ultraviolet flashlight.
Yeah, that's what I envisioned.
Back.
Yeah.
Black lights and stoner posters.
All it's doing is that mushroom is connecting synapses in your brain that don't normally connect. So for a short period of time, those synapses connect, and then all of a sudden you can see ultraviolet.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you see, Steve?
Not shit.
Can you see this?
No.
Dang it.
The light is very red, but
I thought it was supposed to be purple.
I mean, it is kind of purple.
Just keep going for a while.
Are you wearing the thickest of the lenses?
I don't know. Are there multiple lenses?
Or did it only come with one set? Because there's like three different grades to the lenses.
I don't know. But hold on.
They look pretty cool though.
I can't see myself, so I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, I almost bought a pair of those, but the conversion rate between currency of American to Canadian was absurd.
JJ said she sent us two sets of lenses. So
they're probably in the case. I just happened to have these out on the bookshelf because I was looking at them the other day. I don't see any demons here.
Apparently, when you use the Dysonian, you want to start with the thinner lenses first, and then you train your eyes in order to use it, and then you work your way up to the thick lenses.
Oh, they're fogging up now.
Those are just the ghosts, man.
Dang it. Do I at least look cool?
Yeah, I told you that already.
You look like Dr. Octopus.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Can't find my drink. Found it.
You'll figure it out eventually. So you got it.
No demons in my drink. We're just going to do the rest of the show like this.
They do the petroglyphs. They draw those humanoid beings with the really big looking eyes, just like the Dysonian goggles there. Maybe they were just predicting the future of you guys going out in the wild.
I hope so.
Yeah. I wonder what happened if I drive with these on.
Probably good things.
Probably don't do that.
You definitely wouldn't hit another deer.
Yeah. This is pretty. I can't read the chat, but that's fine.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You got to train through it, Steve.
I'm trying. They're fogging up because I'm talking too much.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Maybe there's too much demon aura here. Which would track, kind of.
Oh, dude, look at the doll.
Well, I got this magnetic UFO that's producing light and it's throwing it off. No, she's not got anything going on that I can see.
While she's just emanating sinister aura.
It's way brighter out here. Ow.
Yeah, you gotta train up, man.
I know. I'm going to.
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
going.
apparently those things work a lot better when you're out in the sunlight.
Just look at the sun with them. I got fingerprints on them. No, I got it.
Do not recommend looking directly at the sun.
Okay. Yeah, they are kind of sick though. I feel like a World War I fighter pilot if I could see myself.
Heck yeah. If you just start firing into the corner of the room, we know you're freaking shooting something.
These are sick. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, Chucky, thanks for calling in and share. I feel like we just need to do a whole episode where we just let Chucky be a scientist.
Well,
that
is what he's good
could do
at.
an episode.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah,
It's
thanks
good
for calling
chatting
in.
with you.
Yeah, sure.
You
Sure
betcha.
thing. Stay
Send
safe
off
out there, brother.
Maynard. You betcha. You guys too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Steve, do a goggle training montage. Don't mind me, folks. I gotta clean my demon lenses here.
Yeah, everybody's calling you out on it
Why?
because you had fingerprints all over them things.
Maybe they're demon fingerprints. You guys don't know my business.
And it also seems like everybody wants a goggle training montage.
What do you guys want me to do to train for the goggles? Well, these lenses scratch.
That's for you to teach them.
Oh. I can't see anything, so I don't know
We
how
were
I would
just
train.
talking about creative outlets the other day, and this could be one of your creative outlets.
Oh, it's hard to get fingerprints off of these things. Let me get some
Uh,
glass cleaner. Oh, hold on.
fix it. You better Google, make sure that it doesn't destroy the lenses using glass cleaner.
That's true.
I want to use the
that
ones
thought.
without ammonia in it.
Hold that thought.
You just break it.
The lenses do come out. Hell yeah.
You should probably put all the lenses in at the same time.
Well, how am I supposed to put the lenses in if you can't touch them?
Wear rubber gloves, dude.
True.
See? Gotta be smarter than the average bear.
Okay.
Dylan's got a really good idea. Drive with him on while listening to Rob Zombie.
Well, I'm already 2 parts of the way there, driving, listening to Rob Zombie.
See?
They are pretty sick, though.
Hell yeah, they are.
I need to take them outside of this room because that's where I wear them at.
They look cool. It reminds me a little bit of Riddick.
I feel cool wearing them.
You should. Maggie, thanks for stopping by. Showing love. Appreciate you.
I'm kind of a cool guy. Countercult, what is up? Is there a cloth in the box? I'll have to look. I just grabbed them off the shelf because I had them out the other day, looking at the instructions, thinking about finding demons and stuff. You know.
Yeah, the average stuff.
Yeah, just Steve things.
Yeah, I'm out here trying to blast off the other dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
These fighting demons.
Kyle handles the astral realm. I handled the demonic realm. It's really just a good combination of the light and the dark, the yin and the yang. It works out really, really well.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much how life was intended to be.
Yeah.
You know, yin and yang is a thing, so I don't think I'm ready for fungus quite yet. And I don't know if I don't need to go there.
You want me to go there?
I don't know if you can either though.
Why?
They'll show up on drug tests.
That's what we're asking. If you do shrooms, will you piss hot? At least we have set roles: Astronaut and Doomnaut. Yes.
Doomnaut's a way cooler name. You better think of a better name for me, guys. Damn it.
Mulder and Scully. Not after 24 hours.
I don't know that hallucinogens are the best for my mind. It could be a bad situation. I hope he's having a beer with some Sam Squanch right now.
Yeah. I bet he is too.
Molar and Scully.
That's more accurate. I was thinking about like possible more, if we can ever get our schedules more congruent, we're thinking about doing more like video stuff, more YouTube stuff for everybody. And I was thinking about, Brother John, if you're listening, if we go back to X, maybe doing like an Estes method sort of thing in X.
That probably is a terrible idea.
That's a great idea. Because we're better.
It sounds like deep psychosis waiting to just be shattered.
It's perfect. Brother John, I knew you'd be in. I knew you'd be in. I'm trying to think of more places to go that we can investigate, because we got a lot of ghost hunting equipment that's just kind of collecting dust. And now we got quite a few GoPros, which GoPros are just as good a camera as any when you're doing YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's quite a few haunted places that we could probably hit up in 24 hours.
Oh yeah, easy.
And do rituals and experiments there. That way you can cover the science side and cover all
I'm not
the
trying
other
to be
stuff.
no damn scientist.
Okay, then we can just do rituals. I don't
Yeah.
know a lot. I got a book. I got some books back there that talk all about how to do rituals. It's easy.
Phase shifter is pretty cool. I could take that.
Phase shifter is cool.
Yeah, I
Sounds
kind of like that.
Phase shifter and the Doom knot. I fuck with that. Yeah, I was actually thinking Ashmore. Some of my buddies have a band and they just filmed a music video in Ashmore.
Nice.
Yeah, big Josh Maston and TJ.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just their band just filmed in Ashmore.
Nice.
Reality Tripper. I can help write some ritual invocations in Enochian. Fuck yeah, send it. Just tell me what I got to do, because I'm dumb when it comes to that stuff. I got like books on blood magic and shit, how to make blood wine and all this weird stuff, and I'm just too stupid to try it. I mean, I'll try it, but I'll do it wrong. Then I'll be condemned to this realm forever.
The witch's circle sounds cool.
Yeah, where's the witch's circle at, John?
Yeah, John, if we ever go full time, me and Steve might have another endeavor for you as well.
Yeah, like finding the witch's circle.
That too. And you need to figure out the story that you told me that time. I think you said there was a witch in Missouri that had oh wow.
Oh,
Appreciate you, Mikey. Old Moneybag Mikey. Much love. Much love. Major brain fart.
Missouri
Missouri
witch.
Yes, John, Missouri witch with the white
German shepherds
or wolves or whatever they were around her property. Find that one.
Did I put that up there? Oops. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to learn how to YouTube here. Should do it again. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I wish it was the FBI.
Me too. They're like, here's $100. Shut your mouth.
Nice try.
Hell yeah, summon sour cream and chocolate. I wish I had that ability. If I did have the ability to materialize, manifest, and summon things, it would be snacks.
Well, be jelly, Steve, because last night my wife made me awesome Mexican chorizo.
I'm jealous of that.
It was fantastic. I even had it for lunch today too.
I had cold Domino's pizza, which I guess I did manifest via my debit card, but
Mine was better.
yeah. I just I went to work, didn't eat anything, so I'm like, I'm just gonna order a pizza.
What's
I ate
up,
like
Brian?
3
Thanks for
slices.
stopping
and
in.
put it the fridge.
We are well. We hope you are well.
Early holidays.
Much love, man.
Everybody hit that like button, subscribe button, and comment and share and do all the things. See if we can pop this old boy into the algorithm. Everybody's on the Wendy's menu in the chat now.
I never was a big fan of Wendy's.
Me either. Really.
Yeah.
They were always too far away to ever get into.
That's also true. That might have a little bit to do with it. And then I stopped at one on a trip and it sucked. But it was also part of like a gas station, and those usually don't have very good track records.
Was I with you there?
Yeah, we were. We definitely.
Coming back from.
No, it was when we all went to Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was it.
Forcefully infect the algorithm with self-replicating hollow sky.
That'd be awesome.
You're right. Remember that time we went to a Taco Bell and the guy knew my name, but we were like
that was weird.
600 miles away from where we live.
That was definitely weird.
I'm going to X Friday. I got to work Friday, John. I got to work Friday night. We got to pick the opposite Friday nights. And I'll set you up with the S. I got to get some good. I got some beats that are pretty soundproof, and we can just run it into my ghost box, and we can do an Estes method.
Good call.
And then we can talk. We can ask whoever's the guinea pig. The rest of us can ask questions. See if we can pick up the portal or the watcher from X.
We could just live stream it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I think we could. We could just use our phones.
Yeah, and they just watch us run away.
Probably.
Get him over here. God, I wish. I guess not necessarily jealous, but you kind of jealous. Like seeing these guys on YouTube that have like millions of followers and all they do is go to the same places over and over again and just pretend to be scared. I'm like,
no, I want to see stuff.
Yeah, same. But
I want to see stuff and live to tell about it.
I want to do the same all the time.
Yeah. I don't mind having an epic showdown with something, but I better at least get mine in.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to Waverly Hills and I'll hang out in the body shoot or whatever. Whatever needs to happen. I'll be guinea pig on 6 grams. You're really on the mushroom kick tonight, Mounds.
That ain't no doubt.
It's all about it. Blair Witch, that'd be money. The only difference is I'm actually not going to be running. Whatever's going to happen to me is my knees and my back is just not made for that life. So I'm probably gonna just have to face down whatever walks out of that portal. It's either gonna have to
Yeah.
devour me or just leave me alone. That's your options.
Yeah, I don't run either. My knee is currently on the mend. I'm trying to heal it. I'm definitely not running.
The Watcher's gonna have to have a strong back if he plans on carrying me back through that portal. That's all I gotta say.
Well, and he's gonna have to fight off some judo kicks. I'll kick him in his fucking leg hard.
What were you, Doomslayer? What were you, phase shifter? What was it?
Something like that.
Hell yeah, brother! I got a video
Although I
camera,
prefer
so-
something cool like Shadow Walker or something like that. Sounds a little more roguey. Rogue. I like
Mushrooms are great.
rogues.
There's a lot of proponents of shrooms in the chat tonight. Dreamwalker, we can stab it.
Dreamwalker makes me think of I think it's Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat for some reason. John's dead meat.
We'll call John Bait. It's more of a Dylan name, really.
Yeah.
Bait. Doomslayer Steven Astral Glider. God.
Yeah, because that doesn't sound like lube.
All right. Well, it's about that time, Hollow Cult. Thanks for
Much
everybody
love.
coming over and hanging out. Leaving love for Maynard in the chat. Thanks for calling in and hanging out with us, Chucky. Dropping some of that scientific knowledge on us. You're going to have to email me or message me in the Discord because my brain doesn't work that good. But anyway, again, thanks for hanging out. Hit that like and subscribe.
Yeah, much love.
Notification bell and stuff. And yeah. Stay safe. Stay weird. And we love all you guys. And this one goes out to Maynard. We didn't talk much Bigfoot, but I feel like everybody had a pretty good time, and he would have had a good time if he was hanging out in here. I'm sure he was watching down and just appreciated everything that went on, everybody that hung out. So yeah, for you, Maynard, Godspeed, my friend.